So, what if I were to tell you that rigid routines might actually be killing your productivity and even your creativity? I have been there. I like structure, I like things done a certain way, but I stepped into a season of my life where that was no longer working for me. I needed something to balance out the rigidity. Do you know what that was? Rhythm. So in this video, I'm going to help you if you are a little bit like who I was, so that you would be able to find more balance and you won't be killing your creativity and your productivity just being one thing. You can be this and that. Stay tuned. So, as I told you, I struggle with finding rhythm. So I had this app, right? It was a to-do list app. So if you would see me there every day and I'm feeling like I'm doing all these great things because I'm checking this off, checking that off, checking the other off. Do you know what started happening to me? Burnout. I became so burnt out because I was sick and tired of doing the same thing every single time. And perhaps that's where you are, right? And I had to figure out a better way to do things because there are two things I believe in fundamentally. I believe in maximization and optimization. So I'm always looking to make something more effective, and I'm also always looking for ways to improve something that I'm already doing. So I discovered rhythm. And that's what I really want to talk to you about. I don't want you to just stay stuck like I was in the state of rigidity. I want you to add to the structure that you already have flow, which is rhythm. So I want to coach you today on some principles that I've learned. And if you're a go-getter like me, someone who likes to finish what they start and focus to finish, let me help you. Don't stay stuck, right? Here we go from what? Stuck to unstoppable. So this is the truth. Let me tell you the fundamental truth, business owner. You don't have to break to build your life and business. Like, who told you you had to? Who told you everything had to be chaotic? Who told you everything had to be all over the place and you had to feel like if you're losing yourself while you're building this business? No, you don't. No, you don't. There's always a better way. You need rhythm and rigidity. I moved faster. I moved faster when I learned to juggle between structure and flow. So what is rigidity? So rigidity means that you're stuck in your old ways, thinking, habits. You're just stuck there and you're doing things that are no longer serving you for the season of your life that you're in. So let me ask you a question. This is our coaching moment now. Where are you stuck in your business? I want you to identify one area where you find you're stuck in your business. Rigidity leads to a lack of productivity. You become irrelevant, you become outdated, and you actually kill your creativity. So the truth is, rigid people are under optimized people. So if you are rigid and you're leading your business will begin to reflect your rigidity. So your business will actually start to look like you. Irrelevant, outdated, unproductive. I know that hurts a little bit, but we keep it real here, right? So I'm going to tell you the truth. My life started to look what? Irrelevant, unproductive, and outdated. So this is the question. What are you refusing to change your mind about? Like, what is it? And I know what you just did, right? Like, something came to mind the instant I asked that question, and you said, no, it can't be that. Yeah, it is that. The thing that came to your mind is the thing that you're refusing to change your mind about. Let's own the facts, right? So we could change the future. The growth you want to see in your business starts with you opening up your mind to something that it is close to now. So what is your lack of flexibility in that area costing you? Because I hope you know we're always paying a price in life. We pay a price for progress and we also pay a price for stagnation. So you have to decide which price you are willing to pay right now in your business by being so rigid. The next coaching question is this. What are you afraid to lose by changing how you've always done it? Because sometimes fear is the thing that paralyzes us and keeps us stuck and tells us this is how we must onboard clients. This is the social media platforms we must use. This is the way we must do these videos. This is the way we must do this. And it's fair because perhaps that way of doing things worked for you before, but hey, guess what? It's not working now, is it? So what do we have to do? Change it. So one of my mentors and coaches always says this: small tweaks lead to giant peaks. Small tweaks lead to giant peaks. What is rhythm then? So rhythm is the ability to go with the flow when you realize that you are being shown a better way to do things. So when you value rhythm, you value progress over your own perceptions, patterns, and past successes. So people who value rhythm, they could go with the flow. Can you go with the flow in your business? Or are you trying to always control the flow? It has to go like this or else. That's rigidity. To progress, you have to be willing to change the way you have been doing something, although you may be feeling hesitant to. To progress, you have to change the way you've been doing something, although you may really be feeling hesitant to. What are you hesitating to change, even though you know you need to? What would become possible if you finally chose to shift? Because the truth is, any growth, any new venture, any new revenue in your business starts with you. You are the CEO of the business, aren't you? So it starts with you. It doesn't start with the CFO. It doesn't start with the employee. It doesn't start with the graphic designer. And perhaps you've been pointing fingers at everybody else because they're not doing their job, but you are refusing to shift. So rhythm actually protects progress from turning into personal failure. So this is the thing. Rigidity is good in that it could help you build structure, right? But rhythm gives you momentum. Because when you have rhythm, even if a challenge comes in your way, you know how to overcome it. When you're rigid, you struggle with challenges a lot. Rigidity can help you start strong, but the truth is, if rigidity is all you have, you may not finish well. Rhythm, however, helps you keep going, bouncing back, and you learn to scale without sacrificing yourself. So rigid people can be very focused. I know how to be very focused. I could tell you, I could hit that thing on the nail. But when I adopted rhythm, I became very resilient. So you need the focus, but you also need the resilience. So when you have rigidity, you know where you're going and what you need to get done. But the problem is you try to control everything and then nothing works. But when you practice rhythm, you can relinquish control and adapt to any circumstance. But what's the problem if you're just all rhythm and no rigidity? You're going to lose sight of your goals and deadlines and prioritizing what's actually important. So what we're doing today is we're finding the happy medium. We're going to find the happy medium between both. So I want to remind you now about the questions I asked you in this video, because I need you, if rigidity is where you're at, I need you to add rhythm, right? Because that's where I was. I was rigid with no rhythm. But if you are perhaps rhythm and you have no rigidity, you lack structure, you need structure, right? So how do we then find the happy medium? So the acronym is, I love to come here and tell you about acronyms, right? Rhythm is the acronym because I want you to remember what it is we're learning, right? So that you can adopt these things in your business and you could go from stuck to unstoppable. So R, recognize your energy cycles, right? So you need to learn to work with your body, not against it. So you need to schedule the high focus tasks when your energy is highest. Now notice, scheduling, is that rhythm or rigidity? Rigidity, right? You're putting structure to it, but it's rhythm because you're not married to the schedule. Do you see how you balance it? Nice. So you give yourself buffer time and you don't stack tasks back to back. So always leave room for random. Random things happen. Life is gonna life, but you need to be prepared for life to life. Life is always gonna do what it's always gonna do, but you need to be able to still accomplish what you need to do. Always remember that. H, so you have to honor the season you're in. So not every season is one for big rewards, right? Some season you're working really hard, you're resetting, you're resting, you're improving, right? Which season are you in your business? So you have to adjust your goals and pace to actually match your current season, not someone else's Instagram highlight reel. Don't get distracted with people. Focus on you and the business that you're actually building. The next one, yield to what matters most. So you have to build core anchors in your day or week. So non-negotiables like meetings or deadlines, right? Again, don't be all rhythm, right? And then you forget your deadlines. Remember, I told you that's a disadvantage of always going with the flow. You go with the flow a little too much that you forget which direction to even go in. So, but don't let structure strangle your flow. So flexibility is not a weakness, it's wisdom. So structure and flow, they're not enemies. They go together. They're a nice married couple. Yes? Nice. So T, let's tame the tiny things. So it's the little things you ignore actually that could sabotage the big things that you're building. So you have to clean up small habits now to prevent massive mess ups later. What are the small habits that you have that you're just kind of ignoring? The small things you're doing in the business that you're just kind of glossing over. Oh, no, no, no. It's time to fix that. Like a client complained about something and you say, whatever, at least we already got the money. Oh, no, no, no. That's not how you think. You fix that, right? You solve that problem because it's going to cost you in the future. And you also shouldn't treat people like that. The next one, hack your habits. So success is never really one big move. It's compounding of daily small actions. Review and refine your systems regularly and avoid overwhelm by focusing on one tweak at a time. Don't try to change every and anything, just one tweak, one giant peak. One tweak, one giant peak. And the last one, master your nights and mornings. So this is what I found in my personal life. When I mismanaged my nights, I mismanaged the days so badly. It was just so terrible. So you have to actually create rhythms for rest, not just work, right? So you need to be recharged so that what you have to do on your schedule, you can actually get it done. So what is the summary of this entire video? I want you to adopt structure and flow. I want you to learn rigidity and rhythm. They're a married couple, they go together, and that is really how you will go from stuck to unstoppable. That is how you will go from stuck to unstoppable when you learn that both are warranted, both are necessary for you to make meaningful progress. So don't forget the 5 questions. I'm going to repeat them again for you. Where are you currently stuck in your business? Identify one area. What is your lack of flexibility in that area costing you? And what are you afraid to lose by changing how you've done that thing? What are you hesitating to change, even though you know you need to? And lastly, what will become possible if you finally choose to make that shift? Now, if this really helped you rethink how you manage your time and how you're managing things in your business, hit that like button, right? Because you want more of this content to come up. And you could also watch the end screen and watch the other videos here that will be linked so that you could actually learn something else. And we will have coachable, teachable moments because my job here is really simple to help take you from stuck to unstoppable. And in this season, we're focused on 2 things: maximization and optimization. So create your own high performance rhythm and don't forget, marry structure with flow. Take care.